Hello everyone, my name is Barnaby. You can also call me nothing else because that is my name. And this is why the nurse from Dead by Daylight isn't that broken. Number 1 is pallets. If you take a look at 4 of these common pallet loops you find during an average killer chase, you'll notice something they all have in common with each other. Do you want to take a guess? Correct. They are all way too complicated for the average survivor. Look at these arrows. I don't know what they mean, and I shouldn't have to learn. Now, when you're playing against a nurse, these are the types of loops you'll be having. Now, if you notice that nothing appeared on your screen, you would be correct again. This is because the nurse goes against the status quo of normal killers and throws tiles right out the window by making them impossible to use. Why would you want to run around a couple of walls trying to guess your adversary's every move while wasting brain power when you can simply run away? But you high MMR Henrys may be asking, but what if the nurse catches up to me and puts me on the sacrificial hook, shifting the game into the killer's favor? Well, it's very simple, you see. All you have to do is read the trajectory of the nurse's line of sight along with the amount of time their right mouse button has been held and make an educated guess on where she will next appear after a teleport. Understanding Pythagorean theorem would also help you in doing so. If you, however, still get hit and put into the down position and chalk it up to bad game design, you are simply objectively wrong, as the lead game designer, Matthew Cote, has never made an incorrect game design choice in his life. Number 2. Chase times. Sometimes a game of Dead by Daylight can be quite the slog, so many people find it best to end a match quickly and move on to the next one. Good thing is that's an ability very special to the nurse. When seeing a nurse player, you know the chase is not going to last long, whether they leave you after one missed teleport, very common, or kill you absurdly quick, also very common. You know what to expect from a nurse player and how many people similar to me like things nice and short, which I'm sure resonates well across the entire community of Dead by Daylight. Number 3, she's a girl. Not much needs to be said about this one, as most Dead by Daylight gamers lack female affection. Number 4, low skill barrier. As the title says, the skill barrier for the nurse is arguably the lowest of all killers. One can easily pick up the nurse in one day and easily sacrifice those high MMR Henrys with any variety of perks such as Corrupt Intervention, Pop Goes the Weasel, Deadlock, Save the Best for Last, Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, A Nurse's Calling, Barbecue and Chili, Discordance, Lethal Pursuer, No Way Out, Nowhere to Hide, Sloppy Butcher, Turning Tremors, Eruption, and Jolt. And so on, because who has time to learn a killer and all their nuances when you can get straight to the action? Lastly, number 5, killer comparisons. When compared to other killers, the nurse is extremely balanced. Think of the hillbilly and his easy one-shot mechanic. Now who wants to get downed in one hit with no way to fight back? I know I sure don't. Another great example is the Oni, who is basically a worse hillbilly. He also has a one-shot ability, but instead now has to build it up over time by hitting survivors. Look at him. He's sad. Now take a look at the Demagorgon, who can teleport across the entire map without any downsides, plus he gains the undetectable status. And on top of that, he has the ability to lunge at you with an attack that can break pallets. The nurse can't do that. Sounds pretty broken to me. And as my final example, think of the Deathslinger, who quite literally has a gun in which he can shoot survivors from across the map with, to not only injure, but also put into the mending state, making you waste valuable gaming time holding M1. Hopefully this short presentation changed your mind on the nurse and the individuals who play the nurse. And one last thing before I say goodbye. Thank you.